In this video I want to show you how to set up the mrDaylight, and while the results are of equal standing with most other renderers generally, it's very quick and easy to set up, especially for exterior scenes. Here I've made a plane and I put some boxes on it to represent buildings, and if I just show you the standard render at the moment by pressing F9, let's try again. There you go. You can see the quality is fine. There's no sky, there's no shadows apart from on the sides of the boxes, and it's okay, but it's just not really what you would expect from a city scene. So how can we improve that? Well, if we go to Create and choose Lights and then Daylight System, what we can do then is we can add a sun into the scene, which will obviously cast shadows. So we press that. Immediately we get a rather complicated dialogue, and it says, "You're creating a daylight system. It is recommended that you use the mental ray photographic exposure control and give it a particular value. Would you like Max to do this for you now?" And you press yes. I'll show you what that actually does in a moment. Once you've done that, you are expected to draw a compass and then draw out the sun from the compass, and probably the best view to do this in is the top view. So I'm going to right click in the top view, and then with my left mouse button I'm going to draw a compass, and go easy, go gently when you move the mouse with this. You don't want a massive compass, which is very easy to do. And when you're happy with the size of it, it doesn't matter what size you actually draw it incidentally, but obviously you want to be able to find it in your model. You let go and then move your mouse up or down, and you'll find that you end up drawing the sun, which is the white globe, away from the model. Again, it doesn't really matter the distance that the sun is away from the compass, but you don't want it on top of the compass. Otherwise, if you do want to edit it, it makes it difficult to change the parameters of the sun. So you choose your distance like I just have, and you press your left mouse button, and you can then move the mouse button. You're no longer moving the sun, and as you can see, you've actually whited out the whole model here because of the strength of the sun. The first thing we need to do is we need to change this sun from being the standard sun to being the mental ray sun, because we're using mental ray renderer, so we might as well use the functionality and the effects that comes with that. So we go to the modify. Notice that the sun is currently selected, so if your sun when you get to this point isn't selected, make sure it is white, and if it's not, click on it to select it. Go to modify, and then next to sunlight it says standard, and skylight it says the standard skylight also. In both cases, in the sunlight you want to choose mental ray sun. There we are, a quick flicker of the parameters, and now you can see the quality of the scene again. And then in the skylight you should choose mental ray sky, and what that will do, it will add a background and also a sky, like a horizon, all the way around your actual scene. So you press that and it says, "You're creating a mental ray sky. It is recommended that you also add a mental ray physical sky environment map. Do you want this to be done automatically?" Yes, you do. So having done that, let me quickly show you by pressing 8 the environment settings. You can get to these by going to rendering and choosing environment. Also, should you wish to use the menu, the first box that came up was about the photographic exposure control. All that really did was set from no exposure control to using the mental ray photographic exposure control, and make it active. And then the last thing you saw was when we added the physical sky. All that really did was click on this slot for us and choose mental ray physical sky automatically for us as well. So I'll cancel out of that, check they're both there, and close that. Now, having set that, let's have a look at and see what the difference is now. So if we press F9 to render, you can see that we have some shadows cast by the blocks, We've got some typical outdoor lighting. It's quite bright in this case. If I close that, you can see the grey is representing the ground. If I just come down towards ground level and position myself as if I maybe stood next to a building, try and get it reasonably accurate, and then press F9 again. You can see the sky now because obviously I'm facing the sky, and you can see the quality of the shadows and the soft fades and how it tones the side of the building based on the amount of light that's there. And remember, these are just normal cubes. There's nothing particularly special about it, so that it really is trying to give us the best quality it can from the light solution that we're using. The only other thing I need to show you really at this point is that you can position the sun. There's several ways to do it. You can use a weather data file, which personally I've never used, but you can either choose manual, which will allow you to then move the sun wherever you want it to be, and it will change the lighting of the renderer based on the angle of where you've put it. That could also be useful for animating the sun if you wish to do that. But also using the date, time and location. When you choose that, if you press setup, you can see that you can actually set the hours, the months, well the time and the date really of the scene, and choose whether using daylight saving time or not. And also you can choose your location. So for example, today's date according to my computer is 14th of November 2010. So 14th of November 2010, and it's about 15:34, so 15:34. So I'm setting the time, so it's about where we are now, but obviously I'm not in San Francisco. Let's have a look at what the difference is. So if I render this scene now, this should be our time but in San Francisco. And if I just take a copy of that and store that down there for the moment. If I then change the location, I can choose where we are. We're in Europe. Just have a general poke about and there. So Manchester, that's as close as we can get. And then it's taken our latitude and longitude. And if we then render that again, oops, F9. So based on the data that we've provided for our position, you can see that it will treat the scene differently based on where you say that you are and the time and date of your location. And that really is the basics of using the mrDaylight system.